Okay, we're gonna do our English, and I'm going to combine. Let me pull this up a little closer. I'm going to combine next. Well, it'll be next week's English all into one because once you get past writing down your facts for each paragraph, um, it pretty much is the same as every other writing that we've done. You have a topic, sentence, details, and a closing. The topic sentence tells the main idea of each paragraph, the facts support your paragraph, and then the closing restates what your main idea was. I've got cats crawling all around me. Um, Tubby and little girl are down here. I guess they want to be in school today. So this is not it. I'm a little bit shook up because you guys just left my house and I'm having to get my mind wrapped back around what we're doing. So your English targets for today and the next day and then the last day are: I can analyze a model draft of a research report. I can create 3 paragraphs by writing information from the note cards into sentences. I can explain the purpose of revising. I can analyze a model revised report. I can apply proofreading marks to make improvements. I can conference with a peer to make improvements to my draft. I can analyze a model proofread report. I can identify capitalization, punctuation, and spelling mistakes. I can apply proofreading marks to mark corrections. And then when you complete your activity, you're going to write a final corrected copy in your best penmanship and create a cover for the report, and then you're going to share it with others. And by sharing it with others, what you're going to do is send it to me, and then my hope is to be able to print these off and make everybody copies and send them to you so you'll know what everybody wrote about, and maybe you'll learn some new facts about some animals. So today's lesson is lessons 173 and 174, but it's just one page. So on 173, the first thing that we're going to do, excuse me, Toby, is talk about topic sentences. Now, if your parents have printed off the attachments, this is what we're looking at, topic sentences. And it says at the top, the topic sentence tells the main idea of the paragraph. Detailed sentences tell interesting facts about the topic sentence, and the ending sentence retells the main idea. So you have opening, details, closing. And the top two, just like with our opinion paragraph, mimic each other. They essentially say the same thing, just using words a little bit differently. So I'm going to read paragraph 1 to you about penguins. And it says, penguins take good care of their eggs. Baby penguins grow inside of eggs. The male penguin keeps the egg warm. He places the egg on top of his feet. He covers the egg with his warm body. Penguins like cold water. The penguin cares for the egg until the baby hatches. Now, if you were listening, I think there may be an error in there, but we'll find out in just a minute. Now, answer these questions. Does the paragraph have a topic sentence? Well, yes, it does. The topic sentence is penguins take good care of their babies. So that lets me know when I'm reading this paragraph that I'm going to learn about penguins taking care of their eggs. Do the detailed sentences support the topic sentence? Baby penguins grow inside the eggs. That supports taking care of eggs. The male penguin keeps the egg warm. That supports the topic sentence. He places the egg on top of his feet. Again, that supports taking good care of his egg. He covers the egg with his warm body. Again, that tells me about taking good care of his egg, of the eggs. Penguins like cold water. Now, does liking cold water support taking care of eggs? Are we talking about water in this paragraph, or are we talking about the eggs? Well, I think we're talking about eggs. So the sentence, penguins like cold water, can be struck out because I don't need that sentence. It needs to be omitted. It needs to be left out. Penguins liking cold water doesn't tell me about taking care of eggs. So that is a detail that I don't need in this paragraph. Now, if we were talking about where penguins live, then I might include that. But this paragraph is about taking care of eggs. And then the closing paragraph is sentence is the penguin cares for the egg until the baby hatches. We had a topic sentence, penguins take care of their eggs. We had detailed sentences that supported the topic, and we had an ending sentence that retold the topic sentence. It was a good paragraph, except that we needed to take out the sentence, penguins like cold water, because it does not tell me how cold water helps to take care of good eggs. So we would strike that sentence out. Now look at the bottom at number 2. Topic sentence. Polar bears live around the cold Arctic Ocean. So we have to select the details that support this topic sentence. Polar bears live around the cold Arctic Ocean. All right. I have their thick fur keeps them warm. Is that important about living around the cold Arctic Ocean? I think that it probably is. The ice is very thick. Does that tell me or support polar bears living around the cold Arctic Ocean? I don't think so. I don't think that while it might be important that the Arctic have the thick ice, because that's why it's the Arctic, it's cold and the ice is frozen, or the water is frozen and makes thick ice, but I don't think that supports polar bears living there. I don't think that that's a detail that supports them living in the cold Arctic. Polar bears have thick paws that help them walk on the ice, and I do think that that is important. So I think the detail that should not be there is the ice is very thick, because that's not about polar bears, that's about the water. Now let's look at number 3, where you have the bat. We have a topic sentence. God made bats to live in many places. So in this paragraph, the details need to talk about bats living in many places. Many animals can fly. The brown bat lives in buildings and caves. The red bat lives alone in trees. So which detail does not talk about bats' habitats? And that should be the first one, because that doesn't tell me anything about where a bat lives. It just tells me about one of their body features. All right, and then on the last one, we have a paragraph. And the very first sentence, which is called the topic sentence, is missing from that paragraph. So let's read some details. Let's read the closing. And based on the details in the closing, we should be able to come up with a topic sentence. So the details are: monkeys like to eat bananas. They also enjoy eating insects. Some monkeys gobble up lizards. Well, I'll be honest, I don't think that I knew all of that. They eat bananas, they eat insects, and they gobble up lizards. I knew they ate bananas. I knew they picked insects off one of each other, but I didn't know that they gobbled up lizards. Our closing sentence is, monkeys eat many things. So based on the closing sentence, based on those details, we need to come up with a topic sentence. And the topic sentence has to be about what they eat. So we could say, monkeys eat many kinds of food. All right, now listen to what I've written and see if this topic sentence makes sense. Monkeys eat many kinds of food. Monkeys like to eat bananas. They also enjoy eating insects. Some monkeys gobble up lizards. Monkeys eat many things. So does my topic sentence line up with my closing sentence? and I think that they do. So when you write your paragraphs for your research paper, you need to make sure that your topic sentence and your closing sentence for each paragraph match up. And you need to make sure that all of your facts and details match up to the question that you're answering. So I just wanted to show you, I went back and I completed the research page for owls. And when you complete your research, remember you don't have to write complete sentences when you're planning. But when you move into writing your draft, which is where you are today, you will write complete sentences. Okay, so plan doesn't need complete sentences, draft needs complete sentences. So in the blank, of course, you put your animal's name. So in paragraph 1, you're going to write about your animal's appearance, what your animal looks like. So you need a sentence that talks about what your animal looks like in a broad way. Don't give me a specific detail. Like when I write my sentence about owls, owls come in many different shapes, sizes, and colors. Or owls all look very different. That would be easy right there. Owls all look very different. I need a topic sentence, and then I'm going to put my facts. And my facts talk about their height, their colors, their appearance, just some fun facts about their eyes, about their faces being flat and how they can turn their heads almost all the way around, 270 degrees. And then I put my source, Fun Owl Facts for Kids, and my author is my webpage, www.sciencekidz.com/science-facts/animal/owl.html. That was my website page. That's where I got my information. In the second paragraph, I'm going to write a topic sentence about where my animal lives. So my animal lives all over the world except Antarctica. And then I'm going to talk about its habitats, deserts, forests, prairies. And then I'm going to even go a little bit deeper with mine and put that they live in nests, holes in the ground, barns, and caves. And I just included some fun facts. But remember, and then I need to do a closing. Owls live in many places. And then your last paragraph, you need a topic sentence about what your animal eats. Owls eat mostly meat. And then I'm going to list all the different kinds of meat that they eat. And then I'm going to have a closing sentence that restates that owls eat mostly meat. On both of these as well, I have the title of the page that I went to, and then I have the web address that I used because I did not have a book about owl facts that was nonfiction. Now, today you're going to write your draft. So you're going to have 3 paragraphs. The first paragraph is going to describe what your animal looks like. The second paragraph will describe where your animal lives. And the third paragraph will tell what your animal eats. Each paragraph needs an opening sentence, which is your topic, 2 to 3 details. At a minimum, you can write more, but I need at least 2 to 3 facts. And then a closing sentence that restates your topic, that is similar to what your topic sentence was. Today you're doing your draft. Are you worried about your capitalization, punctuation, and spelling? No, not today. Today I'm more concerned that you get your thoughts written down onto the paper. Now it's up to you and your mom how much of this you get done in one day. If you look at the book on page 345, there's a draft of enormous elephants. You can read it. Elephants are big and tall. So that's my topic sentence. They're describing what the elephant looks like. When they are born, the babies are already 3 feet tall. Adult elephants can be over 10 feet. They can weigh up to 14,000 pounds. So those were facts about what the elephant looks like. Then my closing is elephants are big. Topic and closing mimic each other. Your second paragraph is going to talk about where they live. And here's the topic sentence. Elephants live in different places. There are African elephants and Indian elephants. African elephants live in Africa. Indian elephants are found in Asia. Those are your details. The kinds of elephants and where they live. And then your closing sentence is elephants live only on 2 continents in the wild. That doesn't mean that we don't have them in the United States in a zoo, but their natural home is not in the United States. They are naturally found in India and Africa. And the last paragraph is going to tell us about what the elephant eats. So your topic sentence is elephants eat plants. Then here's what they eat. They like to eat the leaves, bark, and fruit of trees and bushes. They can eat a lot of food. And then my closing sentence is going to again talk about what they eat. Elephants grow very large by eating plants. It looks like a lot, but it really is not. It's not going to be that bad. Now, after you've done your draft, your next step, if you look at the next page, will be to revise. And when you revise, you go back and you put exact verbs. You add adjectives to make your writing interesting. You can look at the sample and you can see where they've inserted, omitted, or changed some of their writing to improve it. You've got your proofreading marks, add, delete, capital letters. Remember, punctuation marks are made with putting a circle. But go back, read it, change any words that you think you need to make your writing more interesting. And you can do that on your draft. You don't have to write it again to revise. You write your draft and then you do your revision on your draft. After you do your revision, it suggests that you let a peer look at your paper and make suggestions as to how your writing could be improved and also what things your partner thinks about your writing. Well, you're going to have to either use your mom or your dad or an older brother or sister. This is where you usually conference with me, and you and I go through and we look for things that need to be edited or changed. So get out your pen, make your revisions, have someone read over it to check to see if they feel like anything needs tweaking or made a little bit clearer. And then after you revise, then you're going to proofread. And that's where you're going to look for capitalization mistakes, spelling mistakes, punctuation mistakes. If you make a list, you need to put commas. You can do this in one day. You can do this in 2 or 3 days. That's up to you. I'm going to leave it up to you and your mom. But the last thing that you will do after you have written your draft using your note cards, you're going to put your draft into 3 paragraphs. Then you're going to revise it by putting exact verbs and adjectives. Proofread it for capitalization, punctuation, and spelling errors. And after you read over your proofread report, if you are happy with the way it looks and the way it sounds, then you're going to publish it. And when you publish it, you need to use your very, very best handwriting. There's not a page in the book for you to use. But on page 351, it reminds you that you need a cover with your title. Remember, capital letters on important words. With your name, by Coy Haskins, by Ella Kendrick. Whoever you are, you need to put that you're the author. And then you need a picture of your animal on the cover. Please don't forget to put your cover page. And you can just scan it through along with your writing. And then write your final copy neatly. Handwriting counts. I don't need to say any names, but handwriting counts. So send me a cover page and your final copy. You do not have to send the back. I do want those 2 pages, the cover and the published page. Now, I'm not going to do another video this week for English because I've kind of put it all together. You guys know what to do after you've collected your details. You just need to put it in paragraph form in a draft. You need to revise it by changing it to exact verbs and adding interesting adjectives. Then you need to edit and proofread for capitalization, punctuation, and spelling. And then last, you will publish it. and you will make your cover and you will scan that to me so that I can hopefully make these into a class book and get you all a copy. All right? If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me so that I can help you in any way that I can. I don't need you to have more than one source. One source is fine. If you found all the information you needed in one source, then that works just fine. I'm really excited about this because I am sure that some of you picked some very interesting animals, and I can't wait to learn some new facts about them. All right? I will talk with you again soon, I hope, in another subject area or just at some time. I love you guys. I was so excited today, and I sounded like a big old baby in my video that I made of you driving down the street. But it was the most precious thing I think anybody's ever done for me. All right, I love you guys. Get busy writing.